Remember, the top story of the day comes today from the Supreme Court, where a 5-judge bench headed by Chief Justice B.R. Gawai pronounced its opinion advisory on the critical issue of whether a court can impose timelines on the president and state governors for acting on bills that are passed by state legislatures. The unanimous opinion was that the concept of deemed assent, that if a bill is there in place for months on end and not passed, is alien to the Constitution. The Supreme Court said that timelines cannot be imposed on the president or governors to decide on pending bills. However, if there is unreasonable time taken, the court could intervene in certain exceptional circumstances. What does this court verdict really mean for the powers of the court and indeed the jurisdiction of the legislature and that of the governor and president? It's our top story tonight.
A crucial clarification from the Supreme Court on how India's federal system must function. The Supreme Court's 5-judge Constitution bench, led by Chief Justice B.R. Gawai, has delivered its much-awaited view on a presidential reference made by President Draupadi Murmu under Article 143 of the Constitution. The judges have said the court cannot prescribe timelines for president and governor, but they add that while governors are not rubber stamps, they cannot sit-stall bills endlessly. The court says actions of the governor are not justiciable, which means subject to trial, but adds that the court can give directions to the governor if there is prolonged inaction. The judges added that the concept of deemed assent used in the earlier verdict to pass the bills is alien to the Constitution.
If there is an unexplained long delay, then the states will still have the right to challenge that delay in a court of law. What does this mean really for politics and law in this country is something we'll have to wait and see, because the governor and assembly standoff, especially in opposition ruled states, has not ended.
In April this year, a bench of Justice J.B. Pardiwala and Justice R. Mahadevan delivered a judgment in the state of Tamil Nadu versus the governor of Tamil Nadu case, in which the DMK government had accused Governor R.N. Ravi of withholding bills indefinitely. The court used its special powers under Article 142 of the Constitution to declare 10 withheld bills as deemed to have been assented on the date when they were presented to the governor. The legal fraternity was divided on the judgment, with some describing the verdict as judicial overreach.
He cannot withhold the bill without any reason. That is absolutely wrong, because he is not the king. He is only an appointed governor. If he thinks that he is a king, then it itself is against democracy. But this governor does not give any reason for withholding the bill.
In line of today's opinion, clarity is awaited on what happens to the earlier Supreme Court verdict. With Anisha Mathur, Bureau Report, India Today.